Hi, Antonio. You're the champion behind our Net Zero Pledge, which has just been named the Net Zero Carbon Strategy of the Year by the edie Awards. Congratulations. That's exciting news. How do you feel?
Thanks a lot, Elisa. I feel great. I think it's been fantastic. I mean, that our Net Zero Pledge has been recognized as the Net Zero Strategy of the Year by such an iconic organization such as edie Awards, competing with other leading companies. I think it's awesome. So I'm very proud of it. I think this award goes to all the colleagues who contributed to the development of the strategy, and it actually confirms we are in the right path. No, the strategy was proven to be best in class.
That's fantastic. And what do you think that made our Net Zero Pledge win?
Well, that's a good question. I think the final was really tight. We were competing with other leading companies such as Skanska, Carri Callebaut, Schneider Electric, and Sky, and a few others. What the jury said was the main differentiator was the fact that our targets were already verified by Science Based Target Initiative. So all the rigorous work we did with SBTi was actually recognized in this award.
So the process really played a key role here, but let's start from the beginning. In September, we announced our Net Zero Pledge with intermediate targets approved by the Science Based Target Initiative. Why did we start this journey, and what was the driver behind it?
I think the process started 1 year ago here in Hollebank, Switzerland. A little bit after Magali was appointed as CSO, the team started working on reshaping the strategy. We wanted to make sure we were part of the solution and not part of the problem of climate change. And to do so, in the discussions, we realized that we could not go step by step, but we needed to have something breakthrough. That was the original concept. And that's how everything originated. We realized we had the expertise in place, the programs in place. So it was just a matter of pulling those pieces together and push them forward.
That's great. And what was the biggest challenge in defining a net zero roadmap for LafargeHolcim, and how did you overcome it?
Look, the pledge itself was a full journey. Huh? Pulling together all these experts, analyzing, assessing our footprint, the potential of our technologies to decarbonize. That was a whole adventure, very demanding, a lot of fun as well. But if I have to highlight a challenge, was probably the fact that we were trying to validate those targets, intermediate targets, with SBTi at the same time we were actually progressing on the strategy. So we really needed to align those two streams, but we managed to do so, thanks to the great team, and I think that was successful.
And now that we have our net zero roadmap, how can we ensure that we will walk the talk and actually achieve our targets?
Well, I think we are already walking the talk a lot now. If you analyze the achievements over the last months, there are a few fantastic highlights. No, the fact that we have set up long-term incentives for our senior leaders, 2022, linked to sustainability targets, particularly in CO2. We report on CO2 and other sustainability targets on a quarterly basis, and we are working with finance to make this reporting more frequent to a monthly basis. The fact that we've been the first company in our sector to launch a sustainability linked bond, specifically linked to our 475 CO2 target, I think that was fantastic and recognized by investors. And many others, no? The launch of EcoPact, the launch of Ecolabel, consortium of MIT. I'm probably missing some, but just wanted to point to you that there are many actions ongoing, and actually the actions that we are doing today is what is defining how we walk the talk.
That's great. And what advice would you give to companies embarking in their net zero journeys right now?
Well, the companies, I think to go for it without hesitation. I would advise them to follow the 4 steps. So first, know your footprint, understand where your emissions are coming from. The second step is gather your internal expertise, advise, set up ambitious and credible targets. The third one is get those targets validated by an external organization such as SBTi or any other. And the fourth one, are more important, report on progress and go for it.
That's great advice. Thank you, Antonio. Congratulations again, and keep up the great work.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure being here today with you. Thanks a lot for having me, and all the best.